So here is our first work of art for the French Baroque Classicism period style. Of course, it's by Nicolas Poussin, and the title of it is Et in Arcadia Ego. Huh? What does that mean? It's Latin. It's Latin. If we were to translate it from the Latin language, it's even in Arcadia, I am present. Okay, what? I know you're thinking that, right? We'll get back to the title in a bit, but let's talk about what we see. First, we see four figures. They stand in the foreground. There is a middle ground and then a beautiful mountainous background, right? In terms of grand manner for the landscape, it's not just some kind of unimpressive space. Look at these amazing rocks and these fantastic clouds that billow up behind. Oh, it's so impressive. Okay. The four figures here are surrounding this stone, what looks like a outcrop of finished stone. It's actually a grave marker, or you could think of it like a headstone. And two of the men are leaning forward and they're touching their finger across the inscription on the headstone. The inscription is Et in Arcadia Ego. Now, these two men on this side are looking down and at the headstone. And then this young man, instead of looking down at it, he looks up at this woman here. And she kind of rests her hand on his back. And the question that Poussin wants us to have is, what is going on here? Now, of course, if we were alive during the French Baroque period and we were standing next to Nicolas Poussin, we would be highly educated. We would know how to read and write and speak Latin, and we would know the significance of that title, Et in Arcadia Ego. Even in Arcadia, I exist. Well, what's Arcadia? Let me give you a definition. Here's your definition. Arcadian. Arcadian, depictions of idyllic place of rural peace and simplicity, based on the ancient Greek location, Arcadia. So back in the ancient Greek world, writers used to talk about this region just outside of Athens called Arcadia. And it was this rural landscape with, charming sheep and shepherds running around. And in their writings, the Greeks would say, oh, it's so hard here in the city. Like, I just want to get out and escape from all of the responsibilities and expectations. I just want to go live in Arcadia. I just want to go be a shepherd in Arcadia. It's the simple life I want. Oh. So Arcadia was this kind of idyllic place of harmony in the ancient Greek world. And the name stuck, and it became an adjective, Arcadian. And so people would often use the word, oh, look at this Arcadian landscape, to describe some kind of beautiful, pristine, pure space. Okay, what does this have to do with Poussin? The title of this artwork and what is inscribed in the headstone, even in Arcadia, I exist. Okay, so maybe this is Arcadia. Got it? So maybe this land here, this, gorgeous landscape, is the actual ancient Greek location, Arcadia. We have three men who are dressed like shepherds. So maybe these are the shepherds that would take their herds through Arcadia. And they've stopped to read a headstone. A headstone is a grave marker. So there's a dead body here. So now think about it. Who is saying, even in Arcadia, I exist? Who's saying it? It's not those shepherds. They're reading it. It's the dead person. It's their headstone. Well, what is Poussin trying to make us think about? Grand manner, grand manner. He's trying to make us think about life and death. And if we think of that dead person saying, Even in Arcadia, I exist. What they're saying is, even in the perfect world, the perfect landscape of Arcadia, death is present. Death happens. Oh my goodness, right? That's heavy. Of course, Poussin would love that. Now, another interesting connection or attachment to that is this woman here. These two men don't seem to be paying much attention to her, but this young man has looked up and she is touching him, right? This interaction between them, art historians think might be simply a gesture of like comfort, like he's going, what? I'm gonna die? And then she's going like, yeah. Because honestly, when we look at this painting, it gives us all pause to reckon with our own understanding of mortality. So is that what's happening here? He's just like, what? I'm gonna die too? And she's like, yeah, I'm sorry. It's gonna happen eventually. Or another interpretation of this is that she is death herself. That the voice of even in Arcadia, I exist, is her confronting this young man. Is he the next to go? Is her hand the hand of death? The hand of fate? Oh, okay. So now you can see what I mean by grand manner, grand ideas kind of going through our head, right? I'll give it to Poussin. That's kind of cool. I'll let that happen. I'll say that. Okay.